I bought 2 refurbished PS5 Slims from GameStop, and in this video, we're going to unbox them, test them out, tear them down, and see if we got ripped off. Now, first of all, this box is comically large, but let's open it up and see what they sent us. Alright, well, they look exactly the same as the regular PS5 from GameStop, so hopefully they actually sent me a Slim. Yeah, I got those out, and you can see here on the packing slip, they do say Slim Console Disc Edition. Let's just go ahead and open these up, and you can see, actually here on the back, it says Slim 3, GameStop refurbished, so I guess it is a Slim, but let's find out. Alright, so first thing we find is this big white box, which should have our accessories, and guys, of course, my first question here is, how does GameStop already have refurbished units of the PS5 Slim less than 2 months after it came out? Also, by the way, I paid like $4.50 per console here. We do have our Slim down here, and wow, no, no. They didn't do it. Oh yeah, they had some dirt, grime, or something on their console, and GameStop went and did a spot refurbish with their magic eraser, so rubbed right there, and right there. That's rough. This thing looks awful for being less than 2 months old. All right, guys, can we just take a second here to talk about the fact that GameStop is already selling a bunch of these refurbished PS5 Slims like 2 to 3 months after launch? I mean, first of all, they actually have the Slim Digital Edition available, refurbished, which is strange because there's just not many of these available. You also have the Disc Edition like I have in this video, and then I added as many possible to my cart. I added 5 of each, and they're just all available. So you know they have a bunch of the Disc Edition and Digital Edition, and it's just kind of like, are people trading these in? Is GameStop getting these via returns? And like, why are they refurbishing them? Like, what needs to be refurbished in these consoles 2 months after launch? Like, are people getting these this dirty? Are they breaking them? I don't get it. Strange, but let me know down below if you have any insight. Oh my goodness, here on the front, even the black part is magic erased. All right, well, let's put that to the side for a second and see what's inside of this box. I will be very... Dude, they included 3D printed horizontal stands. Are you kidding me? 3D print, dude, I knew these things were gonna get lost immediately. We also have it's not even the right USB cable. On the PS5 Slim, they have 2 USB-C ports here in the front. We do have a regular USB on the back, USB-A, or 2 of them. But the PS5 Slim came with a USB-C to USB-C cord for that reason, because there's 2 C's in the front. And so this is kind of an issue when we have a USB-A to USB-C. That's lame. Now, next up, let's take a look at this controller, and the controller looks, hold on, what is wrong with these sticks? Dude, these sticks don't feel right. Dude, the more I look at this controller, the worse it is. So hopefully you can see it, but they magic erased the entire back, the top, the front, even the front. Like this part right here is magic erased. So is that. Even the touchpad is magic. Wow. And then they got these stickers all over it. Replaced thumbsticks. I can almost guarantee we have drift, because why wouldn't we at this point? This is atrocious so far. Let's put this stuff to the side. And let me open up this other console. Do you want a free game like Call of Duty Black Ops, Mario Kart, or Super Smash Bros? Well, if you do, hit that link down below, sign up for Whatnot. You'll get any of my games under $15, 100% free, no tax, no shipping, 100% free. So go check it out. Got a bunch of other games as well, and I'll see you guys there. Now, I will note before I open this that we have Slim number 4 here, so I almost wonder if I got like the 4th Slim ever refurbished by GameStop here, the 3rd and 4th ones, and that's why they're so bad. They just don't know what they're doing, but let's open it up. All right, got the same box, pull that out. I mean, at least they used some bubble wrap down here. Put that to the side, let's take a look at this console, and wow, same thing on the top here, where it looks like somebody put the greasy fingerprints all over it. Like, dude, it's not that hard to take a wet wipe or anything, you just wipe that down. Like, if you're gonna refurbish it, please like clean it a little bit. Same deal here on the back side. Like at least this back side, they didn't use magic eraser on it. Maybe a little bit, but it's just a bunch of like fingerprints and stuff. I guess those are fingerprints, I don't know. Then here on the front, it doesn't look great. I mean, it's not quite as bad as the other one. Just looking through the cracks, they don't look too dirty. I can't imagine how these things would be dirty considering they came out like less than 2 months ago. But anyways, let's go ahead and open up this box and see what the accessories are. Gave us another 3D printed stand for the horizontal stands. We also have HDMI cable, power cable. Oh wow, they gave us the right USB cable. Cool, so USB-C to USB-C. We have a controller, of course. They definitely replaced the thumbsticks on this one as well. They don't feel quite right. They just feel different. This one doesn't look as bad as the other one because it doesn't have magic eraser marks all over it. Console number 2 is at least better than console number 1 so far, but still just so strange they include these horizontal stands. I guess it's like, if they work, they work. So let's talk about the horizontal stands here for a second. Now, first of all, I will say it is very nice. You can 3D print your own stands or buy 3D printed stands. I mean, I even found this eBay listing for $10. You can get 2 horizontal stands. And the concerning part to me, though, is that the fact that we have 24 sold already, and you know this is not the only listing. So it's just telling me that there's a ton of people that 2 months into the life cycle are already losing these stands. I mean, I'm not surprised. I called it a couple months ago when I bought the PS5 Slim that people are going to lose these things like crazy because they're small. They just kind of slide into place. like so, and of course they will probably get lost in a few months. But it's just a bit concerning. And I will say, second of all, how does GameStop not have a contact with Sony to say, hey, can we just buy these things in bulk? I mean, GameStop's a big company. I feel like for their size, they should be selling a bit more officially than 3D printed stands. You know, they're not just some dude selling out of the garage. I mean, that's kind of how they act these days. I don't know, man. It's kind of a red flag to me for a company this big. All right, guys, I have the OEM horizontal stands here next to the 3D printed ones, and I will say that I completely forgot the OEM ones actually have a grip on the bottom to keep your PS5 from sliding around, so that's gonna kind of suck. Let me just test that out real quick and see if this PS5 will slide around. Yeah, cool. So if you touch your PS5 at all, it's going to be moving around your table, which is just, it's not ideal. I mean, it works, but dude, how do you lose these things 2 months in? Now, next up, I want to compare a brand new controller to the GameStop controller, and you can just tell right off the bat that the analog sticks are completely different. So this one's the OEM controller, this is the GameStop controller, and these sticks are just, they're thicker. The outside band is larger, and the grip is just not there. They're very slidey. The OEM DualSense controller sticks are actually very sticky and just very grippy. Not a great start for GameStop, but let's go ahead and plug in console number 3 and see if it works. All right, console plugged in. Let's go ahead and turn it on. You got power, no free games. Let's plug in the controller and get this thing booted up. So unfortunately, a little bit of our footage got corrupted, so I just wanted to mention kind of what happened. I booted up this console, and the first thing it made me do was update the controller, and like it would not let me use the controller at all without updating. And after a little bit of research, it appears that back in like September 2022, there was an update where you had to update your controller or else it would just turn off by itself and you couldn't use it at all. So that tells me that this PS5 controller has not been used since like 2022. So they just refurbished this thing like a year and a half ago and just now give it to me. Kind of crazy, but yeah, let's get into the rest of the video now. Oh, and of course I can't use my disk drive because I got to register it. It said I have an update too, so let me go to the settings and let's see what system software we're on. All right, so we're on 8.4, which is almost the most recent one. It does tell me that somebody actually used the console and did update this at some point. So let's go ahead and do the next update so I can actually register my disk drive, and then we'll come back. Yay, I can use my disk drive now. Woohoo! It's always the concept of connecting to the internet to use a disk drive is always gonna blow my mind, man. Cool, so we're not banned. The game seems to be loading up here. Let's make sure it's actually installing. Yep, it is installing. Got Ash's Playroom. We'll go ahead and download that. And we'll run some tests here. Make sure this PS5 actually works. Make sure the controller works, and then we'll move on to the second one. All right, boot it up into Astro's Playroom. We're gonna do the controller demo real quick, and I just wanted to mention that I can't get over how rough this controller feels from all those magic eraser marks on the side. It's just like, it doesn't feel like a DualSense anymore. It just feels like trash, honestly. But the adaptive triggers work, which is good to see. Usually those things break. Touchpad is good. Motion sensor, yeah, motion sensor is good. All right, guys, I've been playing Astro's Playroom for like 10 minutes, and no issues so far. I always check, at least to play for a little bit, because I'll show it on the pit screen, but I've showed it a million times. I had this PS5 a couple years ago that I bought from eBay that was supposedly refurbished, and it had GPU issues, and you can clearly see in the video here. But this console seemed to be good to go, despite how ugly it looks and how poor the controller is. It is physically, in terms of software, it is fully functional. So we'll go ahead and turn this thing off and boot up the second PS5 and see if it works. All right, next up here, console number 2. Let's go ahead and turn it on. We got power. No free game inside. Let's go ahead and boot it up and make sure it works. All right, there we are again. Disk drive cannot work. You know, I've talked about this before, but it's going to be weird in 20 years when people are trying to buy a used PS5 Slim console and they have to connect to the internet to update their console, and it's just like physically not possible because there's no PlayStation 5 servers. Maybe there'll be a workaround by then. I sure hope so. But system software is 8.4, so same as the last one. It does appear it's been turned on and used since the console came out. Let's go ahead and put a disc in to start with. Actually, I don't think we can because we have not connected to the internet. Let's check. Yeah, it physically just like, it won't even turn on. It's just amazing. All right, let's go ahead and update the console, sign in, do all that jazz, and then we'll see if the disk drive works. All right, got this console updated, signed in, everything's good to go. We're on Ash's Playroom now. Hold on, unplug this thing. But this adaptive trigger is kind of weird. Like, just listen to this. Well, anyways, everything else in the controller demo worked. Let's go ahead and play a few minutes though, and make sure there's no graphical glitches. This controller is kind of garbage. I mean, it's fine. The game's working fine. It's just like, it's so loud because this adaptive trigger is kind of trash. Guys, this console's working fine, other than the fact that it's just beat up. But let's go ahead and take these two consoles apart, open them up, and see if they actually refurbished anything. So before we open the consoles up, I actually want to do a quick thermal test of both consoles just to see if we can see anything weird with the heat signature. And on the right side is console number 1, you know, the first console I unboxed. And this one over here is the second one I unboxed. And just taking a quick look at the heat signature on the back, this console, the hottest spot I can find was like, where was it at? 129. 130. And then this console over here was actually a bit cooler at 123, 124. So it's like 5 to 10 degrees cooler, even though they are running the exact same game, exact same scene. And now I also want to do the sniff test here. So console 1, console 2, and this kind of gives you, honestly, a good gauge of if there's going to be anything sketchy going on inside of the consoles, like cockroaches, dirt, dust, anything. The first one smelled fine. That one actually smells on the left side a little bit like cleaning solution, but so maybe GameStop actually opened it up and cleaned it, but I don't know. Let's go ahead and open the consoles up and see what's going on inside of them. And looking at this side, I'm trying to remember if there's anything on this side that's worth noting. No, let's flip over to the other side. I mean, the plates have definitely been taken off before because they popped off super easy, which happens when they have been taken off. Taking that off, I mean, there's like a tad bit of dust in here, but not much to write home about, and the warranty sticker is still fully intact, so they definitely have not opened this thing up. Taking a closer look in here, I mean, there's like a little bit of dust in the fan, but honestly, I'd be really surprised if this console was super dusty considering it came out less than 2 months ago. Yeah, it's still kind of the deal where, why is GameStop calling these things refurbished when all they're doing is scrubbing down the outside, making it look worse, and not opening it up, not cleaning it out, whatever. I mean, GameStop even has a used category, so why not just call it used? But let's go ahead and open up the other console as well. What is, hold on. That's a bug leg. Do a super zoom there. That's a bug leg. And I saw another one over here on this plate, but I just brushed it off because I thought nothing of it. But that's a bug leg. That's strange. And the console smells fine. Doesn't smell like bugs. If you guys have ever had a roach console, you know those things do not smell good. But yeah, guys, overall, consoles were definitely not worth the purchase price. I mean, for 50 bucks more, you can get a brand new Slim that comes with either Spider-Man 2 or MW3. So that's just like a no-brainer. Only people like me would buy this thing. But guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know down below what you think about this GameStop debacle, and I'll see you guys next time.